Brand new cars all have usually Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built in. That means you do not need to change the head unit. Does that mean that the sound system is still good? Some cars come out with a fantastic sound system from factory, and some cars have a very questionable sound system, and it leaves the question, should you change the sound system in a later model car? We have a brand new Mitsubishi Triton here. We're going to look at the factory sound system, and then we're going to look at an Alpine sound system, and we're going to compare the two and see if it is worth it while retaining the factory head unit. So this car's got CarPlay already. Don't need to change the head unit. We just want to get some better sound out of this car. So being a brand new car, it is good that we have splits from the factory in the front doors. That's great. So you've got the woofer there and the tweeter nice and high. On the back doors, you can see we just have a 6-inch speaker here. No splits at the back. That is something you can add if you want. A massive drawback on brand new cars is this. Without hitting the car too hard, you can see that there is a bit of feedback there. That's no good. Simply by adding sound deadener to the door once we do the installation is going to really improve the sound within the car. So it's going to be really hard to show you how the factory sound system starts through the video, but what I can tell you is this. We connected our phone to Apple CarPlay, turned some music on, head unit to full blast. We had little bass and very flat sound across the board. The sound equalizer in there is not very good either, so you're sort of limited in that way as well. So I think the best way to show you guys is we're gonna take the door cards off, show you what the factory speakers look like, they're basically paper, and show you the new stuff, which is right in front of me. Alpine 5-channel, Alpine splits, Alpine coax, 0 flex subwoofer. These are gonna sound fantastic. That is a 5-channel amp, so that's gonna run everything here, and we got a wiring kit and some other bits and pieces. We'll show you as we go, and I'll give you some tips and tricks as we run through the installation, but basically we're gonna change front speakers, rear speakers, add a subwoofer, do the amp, do all the power wiring, all the speaker wiring, all that stuff, make it look neat, and we're gonna have a system that we can compare to the original. All right, so we've got the door card off. As we can see here, we've got next to no sound deadening. That's a major issue. So what we need to do is go ahead and do some sound deadening here. It's really gonna help the sound, especially in these little cavities here. So behind this plastic, that other side of the door here is basically exactly the outside, and you can already hear that. Sound deadening is really going to help that a lot. And the factory speaker right there, no lie, you could almost put your finger through that. If you just push it a little bit harder, your finger will go straight through. So what we're gonna do is take this out and we're gonna compare it to the Alpine Type S that's going in. All right, so here we have it, our Alpine Type S, as we can see here, nice thick rubber surround, good movement in the speaker, nice big magnet on the back. That's gonna be a nice, I think we're putting about 100 watts into that. So you got 80 watts RMS, putting 100 into that's fine. What you don't wanna do is underpower it. And this is our factory speaker, and as you can see, barely any outer rubber here. It's actually just like foam. Tiny little magnet on the back. So we have a 15-watt speaker being replaced with an 80-watt speaker. That's one speaker. So it's not just power alone. There are a lot of other things that go into making a sound system really good, but from those figures, I guess you can see we are not only doubling, but tripling. Is it triple? It's more than quadruple the factory speaker power. So we've got a good amount of sound deadener here on the inside skin of the door. Behind the speaker is important. Any large areas, okay, that are gapped are very important. And just to give you an idea, we haven't done this door yet. And we have done this door. Massive difference. Looks OEM, Alpine tweeters in the factory location. And we're also going to do just a touch of sound deadener in there as well, but it's really nice to see the factory mounts working with the brand new speakers. All right, a little bit of an update. We've got subwoofer here mounted, ready to go, amp's gonna go on that side. Sound deadening on the rear doors is done. Wiring for the rear speakers are ready. And we've also got brand new Alpine speaker in place using mounts that use the factory mounting hardware on the car, so there's no extra holes being drilled. And look at that. All right, it is a brand new day. We have everything put back together. We have the factory head unit right here, so you can see nothing in this area has been changed. And so what we are left with is a car that looks totally factory, and we've got Alpine S, sound deadening on all the doors, more Alpine S. Okay, back here, everything's looking pretty stock, and what we do is pull this seat down. And so behind that seat, we have our Zero Flex subwoofer, our Alpine amp all in and mounted. And so we've now gone from a system that wasn't very loud to a system that is very loud, very clear, with some really, really nice range across the board. I'm not going to be able to get it through camera, but I'm going to turn it on and show you because it sounds great. Okay, so we're not trying to catch a copyright claim, but I do want to just show you guys. So that was super loud. I'm not sure how it's going to come through on camera. I'll probably turn it down because the mic might be clipping. Very loud, and you can turn the volume all the way up to full and it still sounds perfectly clear. No clipping or anything like that. And you can actually use the factory equalizer on the factory head unit. Say for example, you want a bit more bass, you can turn it up and that will directly control the subwoofer and give you that extra bass throughout the range if that's what you want. So to answer the question, should you change the speakers in a brand new car? The answer is yes, if it sounds bad. Okay, you get cars that come out with Harman Kardon, Bang & Olufsen, all that stuff, they might sound great. You can always get them sounding better. Or you might buy a brand new Triton or a Hilux or something like that, jump in and say, this is not what I like, I think this is rubbish. In that case, start with some Alpines, start with some Focals, do something like that, do the full kit, and it will sound amazing. This thing sounds insane. I can't wait to show the customer. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you want to reach out to us, it's www.shoptfb.com. All the contact information's there if you want to reach out to us. As always, thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.